Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is Heated Takes Part 2, the Kick Incentive Program. Again, welcome back everybody who's here. Welcome back to this Heated Take Part 2 regarding the Kick Incentive Program. I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to really dive into this new incentive program that Kick.com is putting out there for streamers and content creators alike. Is the new incentive program fair? Is it reasonable? Does it actually do the job that it set out to do? Was the marketing for it a decent, I guess, promotion of this incentive program? Well, we're going to find out, so let's dive right on in. Let's look at those numbers right now. You guys take a look. This is the new Kick Incentive Program as put out by KickCommunity.com. And this is how you join the Kick Creator Incentive Program from Kick that they put out. Currently, the program is being shaped by individuals who are just like you guys and me here, fellow creators, to give you an insight into the benchmarks, the requirements that they, Kick, are considering for qualification. Here is a quick overview. Now, these requirements, which I'll read over, are subject to change. This is just their first little series of benchmarks, but we're going to go ahead and dive in. So the four big requirements: over a 30-day or a month span, your average CC or concurrent viewers should be around the 126 mark. Average subscriptions per month have to be 239 gifted or direct subs. So you could have somebody gifting you 100 subs a month, and then you're getting 139 from more gifted subs or from just people who are just resubbing to your channel. And if those are your average subs per month, you're good. Unique chatters. You need 337 new people in your chat per month. Per month! 337 unique chatters. Stream hours per month, 89. While these metrics are subject to modification, as I already described, they offer a guide for creators, while the qualifications are honed further. The plan is to integrate this system directly into the Kick Creator dashboard, which every streamer has, empowering every creator to independently update their rates and track their performance metrics in real time. And then they go over more. How do you get an early start? Well, you should probably start streaming on Kick. You should probably stop streaming on, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Bolt, and all those other guys. You should probably be on Kick. And the new Inventive new class, the Creator Inventive new class launch dates, they're launching on October 1st and November 1st for the Phase 2 and Phase 3 classes. And then afterward, that program will be integrated directly into your Kick Creator dashboard. So that way, once you satisfy those marks and send in your application, Kick will review it if you're not a part of the specific classes. And then they will include you if you need more than, 2 weeks and 6 weeks to get the numbers described above. So what does that look like? Do we think that's a good idea? Well, a lot of people have been really debating about this today. And here's the thing. In January of this year, Trainwreck, who is a affiliated, he's a verified streamer with Kick, but he's also been included on a lot of things that Kick's trying to do for streamers since Kick really took off. Kick was largely funded by Trainwreck. I believe he is like a co-owner of Kick, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a fantastic content creator, fantastic dude. He does a lot for the community at large of streamers and Kick alike. But in January of this year, in a tweet that is now since deleted, so I cannot get that for you and show it to you, he said that the Kick Incentive, the Creator Incentive Program, was meant to help streamers and incentivize streamers who have a viewership of 1 to 1,000. Basically saying that every streamer should be impacted by the Creator Incentive Program. Now, that's a vague statement, but it created this kind of hope or this kind of expectation of all these smaller streamers to feel as though they deserve some kind of financial payment for their content, no matter their size, on Kick. Now, the problem with vague statements like that is we don't know if Trainwrecks meant that they should be financially compensated, or if the Creator Incentive Program was meant to just purely incentivize every single streamer. But shortly after Trainwreck's statement, there was a rumored tweet going around based on some kind of typed wage that someone had put like on Reddit or somewhere that said that creators could get like $60 an hour or something to that effect, or $20 an hour. They would get some kind of wage based on like 30 viewers or something like that, some abstract number. And that added more to the hype and to the hopeism that is the Kick Creator Incentive Program, by basically saying, screw your job, you don't have to work there anymore. You can just come and content create no matter your viewership, and you might get a wage. And you might get a wage alongside the 95-5 split to your sub revenue, like Kick hasn't already been generous enough already to all of the creators on the platform if you are affiliated. Now, obviously, that's not the case. After going over the Kick Creator Incentive Program, you see the 30-day average CCV 126. You have to have 239 gifted or direct average subs per month, 337 unique chatters per month, and 89 stream hours per month. Now, of those requirements that people are the most upset about are the 337 unique chatters, and especially the 126 30-day average CCV. Which makes sense, right? Which makes sense. Like, a lot of these people who thought, I could get into, this incentive program no matter my size, I can get paid the wage, and, I can really take off as a content creator, are now looking at this and going, these numbers are higher than what's required for verified streamers. What is this incentivizing? And that's really the question, is what is it really incentivizing? Is it incentivizing a grind? I think absolutely it is. If you're taking content creation super seriously, it's more than a hobby for you, then this incentive program is huge for you. Because you're going to be grinding to get verified anyway, which you could consider to be the first real benchmark after affiliate. And then, after you're done with verified, you can just hop right into the Kick Creator Incentive Program, and then you can get paid alongside your partnership and alongside your verification. But here's the issue as well, is once you get into that Creator Incentive Program, with those kinds of numbers, the 126 average CCV, 239 gifted a month, 337 unique chatters, and the 89 stream hours, let's do the math. 239 gifted or direct subs per month. Multiply that times 5. And you'll get roughly, let's do the math right here. All right. 239 times 5 equals 1,195. But there's a 95-5 split. So let's multiply that by 0.95, and you're taking home $1,135.25 a month purely from those gifted subs. That's not including donos. That's not including, partnerships, sponsorships with any other corporation, whether it be like Scuff Gaming or AIM controllers or Cinch controllers or, coffee, XP Coffee, Black Rifle Coffee, Dr. Squatch, or any of those companies out there, F3, Dubby, G Fuel, not including any of those, right? This is purely just sub revenue, and you're already taking in $1,135.25 a month, which over a 12-month span, so times 12, you're making around $13,623 a year based purely on subs on the month. Okay, that's not including if you're partnered on YouTube and you're making money off YouTube. That's not including TikTok if you're monetized over there. There's a lot of ways where you can monetize yourself as a content creator, but just Kick alone, those base requirements get you $13,000. So now it's an incentive program, so you're going to get paid more money. So actually, 13,000 times, let's say you're getting, not times 100, excuse me, plus 100, and you're getting around 113,000. So it is a significant jump, but because of all the extra things that all these streamers that are at those levels are already at, all the other pockets that they're already in, they're getting paid a lot more money. They're on their own. They can basically, like, if you're having 126 CCV, typically you're not getting just 239 subs a month. You're typically getting a lot more. Typically. Now, that doesn't mean that some aren't. Like, there are some that are, like, some outliers on the other side, that some are getting thousands of subs with that CCV a month. Others are getting way less than 239 subs per month. But Kick has been notorious for viewing the content outside of the numbers, so we'll see what kind of a role those numbers will play in that, in the income specifically. But First Class was the First Class initiates for Kick in that program were told to us that they quote-unquote paved the way. Now, what does that mean, paved the way? Well, it means that these guys helped set up these requirements. Other streamers made up these requirements. Now, ironically, most all of the streamers in the first class program have far surpassed these numbers. Far surpassed them. And it's supposed to be a program for everybody. For everybody. But it's not. And the ironic thing about that is that there are members in the Kick First Class program that do not satisfy the 239 subs a month, the 337 unique chatters, and 126 concurrent viewers. So how then are they able to get a Kick deal and then set rules that they themselves overall can't even satisfy? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You can see why people are up in arms about it, especially smaller streamers, which is how the Twitter discourse or the X discourse has been going so far. Most of the people defending this program are the people who shaped the requirements and are already first class in getting paid to be on Kick outside of their sub revenue and are in the program. And then the people who are fighting against it are people who are looking at this going, man, this is more than what people in the first class have had to do. So that's the difference between Kick choosing who they want to be their featured streamers and who they want to pay versus who the streamers want to actually have to pay to be on Kick. So it's a very interesting marketing ploy to be marketed to everybody, whilst the creator incentive program is more stringent to get into than the first class program, which was very selective. And I assume Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the same program will also be very selective in October 1st and on November 1st. So it's a very interesting situation going on at Kick. But are these requirements actually incentivized? What are they actually incentivizing? That is the real question. So they named the program the Kick Creator Incentive Program. Kick Creator Incentive Program. What are they incentivizing? Well, with verification, you're already hitting some pretty crazy numbers, and only probably around 5% of creators actually hit those kind of marks statistically. Even on Twitch, it's that way. And they have a way more saturated base than Kick does at the moment. And only 5% of streamers, if that, are even hitting partner level requirements, let alone an incentive program requirements, which are far higher requirement. It asks far more of the streamer than just the verification of the partner requirements. So this incentive program being marketed as for everybody is only really incentivizing those who are already at those levels, which is less than probably 3%, 5%, 3%. It's a small percentile. I can tell you, like, 100% of the doubt, less than 5% of streamers will 100% have those kind of numbers. 100% have those kind of numbers. And that's a problem. So it's incentivizing only the top tiered streamers to get there. Now they say it's an incentive for, this goes into the tiered system mentioned earlier. So it's supposed to incentivize everybody, right? It's supposed to incentivize everybody. Everybody can do this. And, incentive for you, incentive for you, incentive for you. But really, there's no additional requirements or additional tiered rewards after affiliate to verified. Do you know who else does that? Twitch. Twitch also does that. They don't have anything in between affiliate and partner. Now, at the same time, Kick is the only one offering any kind of salary or any kind of additional payment after the partner, after the verification steps, as in this creator incentive program. And Twitch doesn't have anything like that. But Twitch is reportedly going to be rolling out a super partner feature where people who are hitting requirements and benchmarks far beyond the partner level are going to be earning some different rewards from Twitch. So it looks like Twitch is actually putting their hands in the same basket that Kick is trying to do. Kick is just rolling this out first. So it'll be interesting to see how they go at each other as far as trying to incentivize growth on the platform. But without the additional tiered system, it seems as though the Kick 95-5 split in revenue from subs is also applicable to the 95-5 split in the Kick creator incentive program. And that, YouTube, is called irony. But here's my personal take on the program itself. I think the program itself is a fantastic idea. I really do. I think it's good to incentivize streamers to go beyond certain benchmarks. Push yourself further. Grind more. Because this is a job. It is a 9 to 5, or can be a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week job. Or more. Or less. Depending on which baskets your hands are in as far as content creation goes. Now, does this mean that it was marketed correctly as far as Kick goes? I'd argue no. It was not marketed well, and that's why people are upset. There are people in the first class program who are not qualifying for their own requirements set in the incentive program. And so the question that should be asked after is, why then, should I grind for this when other people have grinded for less and are still making the same kind of money that the incentive program would provide? And that's the real question. Is it fair? Based on the marketing right now, I'd argue no, unless the first class changes. And unless they're removed from the first class if they can't satisfy their own requirements. Which, that's a big ask. But it depends on how Kick's going to actually adjust to these. If they bring these numbers lower, it won't be by much. I mean, honestly, I think these are reasonable numbers. But they just weren't marketed well. They weren't marketed well. If you're going to do this full time, it takes a lot out of you. Okay? If you're going to be a content creator full time, you have to put your hands in so many baskets on the social media. X, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Kick streaming or Twitch streaming or Facebook streaming or YouTube streaming, wherever you stream your platform. You have to put out short form content every other day or every day on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok to grow. You gotta put out long forms on the YouTube. You gotta put out reels. You gotta stream consistently so people know when you're streaming. You have to maybe even set a schedule. And then whenever you're done with all that, you have to sit there and edit everything, or you have to pay someone to edit everything, and that gets costly, whether it be in terms of your wallet or in terms of your time. So it takes a lot out of you. You don't have a lot of moments to take breaks. You can't really take a lot of vacations because the grind never stops and the demand is so surreal. So that is the real problem with content creation, and Kick, obviously, as well as these creators, obviously, don't want people who don't understand the grind and don't understand the commitment it takes to be a creator to not get those rewards. This takes effort. It takes sacrifice, it takes commitment, and it takes passion. And they don't want this to be a participation trophy. I understand that, and I agree with that. But there needs to be a line drawn in the sand so that you can manage expectations. And the expectations that were set, wrongfully or purposefully, or both, was that this incentive program was for everybody. And that was largely disingenuous. And so there needs to be some kind of overall clarification, either by Kick staff or by the first class creators who helped to create these metrics, to figure out what the problem is moving forward and what the expectations of smaller streamers or streamers that are grinding towards the top, towards verification, whatever, what those steps need to be and what those expectations need to be. Otherwise, you're just going to have a lot more angry people, and that can end up hurting the platform more than helping it, because people are then going to compare you, Kick that is, to Twitch or YouTube, etc., etc. If you guys like this video, you guys want to have more comments, more concerns about, or more heated takes, or your own hot takes about the Kick Creator Incentive Program, be sure to leave a comment. If you liked what you heard, if you liked what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. No matter what, though, I am still going to be live on Kick. Because I love Kick. I love what they're doing overall. And so I will be over there, kick.com/heated_TV. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Leave your thoughts. This will be up on the TikTok and the YouTube as well, for shorts and the TikTok short form content alike. Maybe on the Facebook Reels and on X. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Take care. Peace and love. Bye-bye.